Hello, today we're going to be going over the 7 steps to drawing a basic fashion figure. As long as you know how to draw basic lines using diagonal lines, S's, backward S's, C's, backward C's, circles, ovals, triangles, and a J, you'll be just fine. But I still have to stress that you need to practice. Step 1, we're going to fan 5 lines for shoulder, bust, waist, and hips. If you see the waist has 2 lines, just know that waist is always the exception. So our first line, we're going to draw a diagonal. The second line, we're going to draw a parallel line for the bust. All right, so the distance between them should be about the same. Remember, the waist is always the exception. So during the third line for the waist, we are going to deviate. You see how one side is shorter than the other? And then for number 4, we're going to draw a Pac-Man, like a Pac-Man's mouth, like an opening. The hip is also a parallel line, and if you see, the distance in between those are about the same, like the shoulders and the apex. For step 2, we're going to draw the spine. The spine is basically a lazy J. You find the middle of your shoulder and you're going to go straight down and around. So we just drew the shoulder, bust, waist, and hips, and with the opening for the waist. Now it's time to draw the bodice. We're going to start with the backward S for the bust. I'm going to evenly divide the shoulders, and I'm going to use the backward S to shape my bust and other little curved lines to accentuate it. I'm going to go below the bust and diagonally straight in, a backward C, and diagonally straight out. This angle is important. This angle gives attitude to your model. The other side is a lot simpler. You're just going to divide the waist and the shoulders, and you're going to curve it. An elongated C and a diagonal straight out. In order to draw the bodice, it was just S's, C's, diagonals. Now step 4 for the neck. You're going to evenly divide the shoulder for the neck. The neck are 2 straight lines going up, and that is it. Step 5, the legs. We have 2 legs. One is called the main leg, which stems from the high hip. And then the minor leg stems from the lower hip. So the main leg has a job of visually holding up your model so she does not look like she is falling. It supports the visual weight. I'm going to go where my spine starts and draw a straight line all the way down. That way I know that my main leg's foot will land somewhere over there so she looks like she is standing up instead of falling. We of course want the legs on the lower half of the page. And here we are just going to be using ovals, circles, S's, backward S's, and triangles. Draw a diagonal stemming from the high hip, an oval for the knee, and an elongated S with a triangle at the end for the foot. Now for the minor leg. The minor leg stems from the lower hip. And make sure that our femur bone, our thigh bone, the strongest bone in our body, is about the same. Since we have a high hip, we have a high knee, we have a low hip, we have a low knee. Draw a circle, a curved for the lower half, and a triangle for the foot. Step 6, arms. You need 2 lines for your arms, and you also need 2 lines for your hands. These are very basic arms and hands. So we're going to make one bent, but what's important is the placement of your elbow. The placement of your elbow is going to be at the true waist, which is the smallest part of your waist. We're going to fan out a diagonal, draw a circle, another diagonal, and 2 lines for the hands. The other arm, I'm going to draw it straight just to give variation. Step 7, the head. If you see, my upper body goes this way, my lower body goes that way, and my main leg goes the other way. This is called a zigzag balance. So now I know which way to zig my head, which is the other way. So it flip-flops. I'm going to start with the middle line of my face, my eye line, and then an oval around it. Let's combine the steps. We are going to fan 5, shoulders, apex, waist, waist, and hips. Make sure to draw your bodice on the top half of your page. So we're going to start with our diagonal. So remember, your shoulder and your bust needs to be parallel lines, and your fourth line of your waist and your hips are also parallel lines. The only thing that is different is the waist with your Pac-Man mouth opening. We're going to draw the neck, draw our straight line down, make sure that our main leg's foot lands somewhere on that line. We're going to draw a diagonal in, an oval, elongated S, and a triangle. Keep your femurs about the same. Draw 2 lines for the arms and 2 lines for your hands with your elbow at the true waist. With the zigzag balance, we know we're going to cock our head that way, draw our middle line, our eye line, and of course our oval. I'm going to go ahead and draw another version on the other side. This time I'm going to draw a lot quicker and messier, just to let you know we just need a gist of the body in order to put our ideas down. Now let's design on the figure. This is how you're going to use your croquis figure to design. First things first though, try not to be so perfect. Perfection is an illusion. We will never get there. We just want the gist of the idea. And as you keep practicing, you will get better and better. So if you see, I am not stuck on each and every single line. I'm just fast drawing to kind of get the feel and the mood of my illustration. I'm going to quickly splash some colors onto my design. Again, perfection is not what I'm looking for, but the gist of the idea. I'm not even going to color the whole thing in. I already know this is going to be an orange dress. I can go ahead and add shadows for a little bit more depth. And if I wanted to draw a print, I will go ahead and quickly draw something on, not taking so much of my time. So this is what a finished croquis looks like. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you learned something valuable and new, and let me know what other videos you would like to see.